Hey everybody, Mr. Bubba here, picking up with the next chapter of PSB 11. We left the girls off right as they had gotten back to the house on Herkimer Street from the airport, and it seems like Big Paw's trying to put an end to the conflict, saying we'll deal with this later, but not right now. So this chapter is called Heckle and Jeckle. We should let Cecil know we're here, I said. Back in Brooklyn, Vanetta said. On Herkimer Street, Vern said. Too bad she doesn't have a phone, I reminded my sisters. Or a television, Vern said. Or a deluxe stereo like ours with a record player, Vanetta said. Too bad, too bad. Then it came to me, and I rapped my knuckles on top of the largest suitcase. We've got something. I pushed open the suitcase latches while the two of them bounced on Fern's bed and asked, What? I made a mess of our folded summer clothes until I found it. A Chinatown postcard of a parade dragon from our San Francisco excursion. We can drop it in the mailbox. But that's our souvenir, Vanetta protested, for show and tell. Vanetta's arms folded. We don't want to send it. Fern also folded her arms. Surely don't. I didn't entirely blame them. Cecil didn't wrap her arms around us when we first arrived, but when we hugged her goodbye, she hugged us back, like she didn't want to let go. That was reason enough to send her our only souvenir, whether Vanetta and Fern liked it or not. She'll worry about us, I told them. She will not, Vanetta said. Yes, she will, Fern decided. And that was all I needed, to have one sister on my side. I would have sent the postcard anyway, but things went better when both thought they had an equal say. You know she'll worry, I told Vanetta. Truthfully, I hoped she'd worry about us. With Cecil, you just didn't know for sure. Vanetta gave in. Before we send it, I said, we should work out what we're going to write. How about Dear Cecil? I left the room for my sisters to join in. No, Vanetta said, cutting off our rat-a-tat-tat flow before we could get it going. We should start it with Dear Mom. Fern went, patooey, patooey, patooey. I agreed with Fern's fake spitting. Cecil was our mother, but she wasn't a mom or mommy. She wasn't even a ma or mama. Okay. Vanetta was hurt by our rejection. But deep down, she knew Cecil wouldn't like that mom stuff. Mom was a TV mom, and Cecil wasn't like any mom on television. Vanetta cleared her throat as if she were on stage at the Black Panther rally. How about Dear Sister Nanzilla? Yeah, Dear Sister Nanzilla, poet of the people. The people, Fern cried. Dear Sister Nanzilla, poet to the people. That's good, Vanetta said. Poet to the people instead of power to the people. Vanetta and Fern were back in the flow of things, but I refused to write. My best handwriting was fine, but large lettered. I'd never fit all of their heckle and jeckling on the back of our small postcard. Equal say hit a pothole. How could equal say work when there were three of us and one small postcard? So I did what I always do. I took over. She knows who she is, I said in Papa's firm voice. Instead, we'll write Dear Cecil because that's what we call her. We're back in Brooklyn, safe and sound on Herkimer Street. Sincerely, Delphine, Vanetta, and Fern. That says it all right there, and there's enough room for her address and our return address. Boring, Vanetta said, adding a yawn to make her point. It should be, we're back in Brooklyn, safe and sound, not in the lost and found, Fern added. Heckle rolled her eyes and shook her head. It's safe and sound on the ground. Then it was Jekyll's turn to yawn and say, boring. Lost and found is better than safe and sound. Ever since the Black Panther rally, Fern was becoming a regular wordster, finding rhymes and sound-alikes every chance she got. Miss Merriam-Webster would have been proud. We weren't lost, Vanetta argued, but Big Ma found us. Nuh-uh, we found her. Then Delphine knocked the white man down. I didn't knock that man down, I said. I bumped into him by accident, and his newspaper fell out of his hands. Fern's eyes became big. We should say, and Big Ma slapped Delphine. No, we shouldn't, I said. We surely should, Fern said. Finally, we agreed to keep our postcard to our mother simple. No rhyming, no telling about the white man and his newspaper in the airport, no telling about our scary, crazy mother, about Big Ma's quick right hand. And to myself, I said, no telling about finding a brand new Pa who whistled Temptation songs and smelled like Christmas trees. Heckle and Jeckle hadn't noticed anything about new Pa. I hadn't noticed anything new about Pa. They were just glad to sugar him up. I wrote, Dear Cecil, we are back in Brooklyn, safe and sound. We miss you. From Delphine, Vanetta, and Little Girl. I made the mistake of handing over the pen to let them sign their own names. Vanetta wrote as large as she could. Then Fern decided to go back to Little Girl, the name she wouldn't answer to in Oakland. Jekyll thought that was funny. That is the end of that chapter. Write a postcard to Big Ma. So there's still some kind of connection there. They're not in Oakland anymore, but they still, it seems like the way that their trip ended to Oakland over the summer, the girls have some desire to continue that relationship with their mother, Manzilla, if you're talking about her work in the Black Panther movement, or Cecil, as the girls were brought up to raised to call her that from her family side. So, interested to see where this goes. I'll talk to you guys soon. Be safe, be good, and be healthy. All right? Bye.